Welcome to Essential Biz Marketing. This chapter explores how global companies analyze international markets and sites to find the best opportunities. We will begin by understanding why examining basic appeal and national factors is critical for global expansion. Next, we'll look at how firms evaluate both the market and site before entering a new country. Then, we'll identify key sources of reliable secondary data when conducting international market research. Finally, we'll explore how companies use primary research methods to uncover deeper consumer insights. Let's take a closer look at Starbucks' global expansion story. Starbucks began its international journey in 1996 with a store in Tokyo and now operates 24,000 stores in 70 countries. Starbucks used strategic market entry, bringing European-style coffee to the US, then expanding American-style coffee houses to Europe and Asia. In China, Starbucks targets consumers aged 18 to 45 and plan to open 500 stores yearly, tapping into a massive population and rising coffee culture. Despite past challenges, Starbucks refocused on coffee and earned trust through its shared planet commitment to responsibility and sustainability. Let's move into the core of market analysis. Businesses expanding globally must carefully choose the right markets and locations. Analyzing market conditions helps firms make smart decisions in international expansion. This chapter introduces a four-step screening process to help reduce risks and identify high-potential markets. The first factor in market selection is demand. If no one wants your product, the market simply isn't viable. Next, firms must confirm that essential resources, like labor, raw materials, and capital, are available in the country. Starbucks studied Europe and China to ensure strong demand existed before expansion into those regions. Let's begin the four-step screening process. The first step is identifying basic appeal. Companies must check key factors before entering any market. One key factor is climate suitability. Winter coats won't sell in tropical regions. Another factor is regulation. Some governments ban products like alcohol. And finally, production resources matter. Lack of skilled labor makes a site less viable. Now let's move to the second step. National business environments. Countries differ in economic, legal, political, and cultural systems. Cultural differences shape demand and influence consumer behavior. Foreign firms may be required to form partnerships with local businesses. Economic factors like inflation and currency shifts affect profitability. High transport costs and poor infrastructure can limit business efficiency. Coca-Cola faced taste issues in China. They rebranded with American imagery to succeed. Step 3 involves measuring market or site potential. Larger populations often mean more opportunity. Fast-growing economies attract more global business activity. A strong middle class signals higher purchasing power. Business is easier in markets with fewer restrictions. Stable economies like Germany or the US reduce business risk. Now for the final step. Selecting the best market or site. Managers often visit sites for first-hand evaluation. Competitor analysis helps companies understand pricing, loyalty, and local dynamics. Let's now shift to secondary market research. Secondary research starts with global data sources. The World Bank and IMF provide free economic statistics. Government agencies offer details on trade regulations and market conditions. Industry and trade associations publish valuable reports on trends and issues. Consulting firms and service companies offer insight into demand and financial risks. Online databases like Google or LexisNexis provide accessible market data. Emerging markets may lack reliable data, making research difficult. Inconsistent measurement methods across countries create comparability issues. Let's now turn to primary market research. When secondary data is lacking, companies gather their own information through first-hand methods. Trade shows and trade missions help companies showcase products and meet potential partners. Interviews and focus groups allow direct conversations with customers to uncover preferences and beliefs. Surveys help collect structured responses that measure interest and demand. Environmental scanning tracks global developments to detect opportunities and risks. Cultural and language barriers often make primary research more difficult. Conducting primary research takes time and money, making it a resource-intensive effort. Let's wrap up the chapter. Structured research leads to smarter global business decisions. The four-step screening process helps companies identify the best international opportunities and reduce risks. Success depends on understanding cultural, economic, and political factors when expanding globally. Here's a quick summary of the first two steps. Step 1. Confirm if there's real demand. Step 2. Check if essential resources are available. Now let's summarize steps 3 and 4. Step 3. Measure potential by market size, growth, and indicators. Step 4. Visit and evaluate the site. Key sources of secondary data include international organizations, governments, trade groups, and service firms. Primary research methods include trade events, interviews, surveys, and environmental scanning. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to exploring more topics together.